This is really fascinating stuff. What you're looking at right now is a paralyzed man using his mind in order to create the words that appear on the screen. This revolutionary speech and neuroprosthesis research at the University of California, San Francisco is allowing the gentleman to communicate in complete sentences by translating signals from his brain to the vocal tract and directly onto text on the screen. It's one of several massive leaps in brain science technology that is literally creating a future of potentially infinite possibilities and also concerns about how this technology could be used or misused. Our Kaylee Hartung files this in-depth report on one of the leading creators in this field who at one point became so concerned with its power, he gave up his patent to a university.
It was the viral video moment seen around the world. In April, a monkey playing a game of Pong using only its mind with the help of what's called a Neuralink. The device is Elon Musk's latest venture into a fast-evolving tech space. Tiny chips that get implanted in the brain. Sounds like something out of The Matrix, but this is not a movie.
Welcome to the real world.
Brain chips are part of a revolutionary field that's been around longer than you think.
Is this science fiction or is this reality?
It is absolutely science fiction that has turned into real science. What Musk did with these monkey trials showing how monkeys with brain chips could control computers with nothing but their minds. The first version of this happened in the 60s.
Jeff Steibel is an entrepreneur, investor, and brain scientist. He's the former owner of BrainGate, a pioneering brain chip company.
Explain in the simplest terms to me what that technology is.
When you think of these brain chips, it's actually pretty simple. All we're doing is tapping into that electrical current, reading the language of the mind, sending it to the computer, and the computer interprets that language, converts it, and you can do all kinds of things with it. Really that simple.
The chip, more formally known as Brain-Computer Interface, or BCI, is the size of a baby aspirin, connected to a larger device called a pedestal that gets surgically attached to the motor cortex. The goal is to profoundly improve the lives of people suffering from paralysis, brain injuries, or other spinal cord injuries by turning their thoughts into actions. The first FDA-approved clinical trial of BrainGate's neural interface system was launched back in 2004.
Imagine if you were an individual who could never speak to someone, and for the first time you could type "I love you" to one of your loved ones. Imagine if you couldn't walk, but you could all of a sudden use a wheelchair with nothing but your mind. Imagine if you couldn't use your arms, but for the first time, using your mind, you could control a prosthetic to then eat something. Again, for the first time. It's those aha moments that surprise even me to this day.
Experts believe BCI also has the potential to transform the way humans and computers work alongside each other forever.
Companies will have access to brain data, and this is going to fuel a very lucrative new data market. Moreover, companies will be able to sell another type of device on top of smartphones, laptops, and so on.
Several companies have already moved forward with less invasive wearable versions of BCI technology, aimed at everything from improving focus to controlling prosthetic limbs, even controlling gadgets with the mind. In April, the FDA gave its first ever market authorization for wearable BCI, approving a device that helps stroke patients regain mobility in their arms.
Alright, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to say, call halalyam YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI BAHASHAM ROCHA QUDASH. Next, I'd like to give double honors to the elders and elder bishops of Great Millstone, the ones who taught me this truth according to the Bible, the 100% truth according to the Bible, and the word of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. And I want to give salutations to all the fellow Ahyam or Akhwathiyam that are teaching and learning the true word and the true name of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI in the scriptures in its entirety, right? Yeah, man, I wanted to go into this lesson real quick. I don't know what I'm gonna title it, but man, this devil is about to come with great wrath, man, and great deception as well. This microchip, this brain chip that's coming along, it's coming along real quick, man. And if you're not preparing for it, you're in trouble, man, right? I wanted to go to Isaiah 29 real quick. And it says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in dark, and they say, Who seeth us, and who knoweth us?" Right, man, these devils, man, they think YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI is not is on their side, right? But then ultimately the Lord, man, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi has instilled it in their mind that these people will succeed, right? The Most High has made them think that that nothing bad will happen to them, right? As the book of Psalms, they think their houses shall expand forever or shall live forever, right? Paraphrasing that verse. Yeah, man, these devils, they think that, man, they're gonna actually accomplish their plans, man. You know, these 2030 visions that they have, right? This is Isaiah 29:16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing of frame say of him that framed it, had he no understanding? Right, man. So these people think that they're actually wiser than the ones who made them. They think that they can do a better job than the Most High, right? They trying to create all these miracles to make the paralyzed unparalyzed, if you know what I'm saying. They trying to make that's how they're going to deceive many people, you know. Imagine living your whole life not being able to I don't know, bathe yourself or something, not being able to walk to the shops, not being able to feed yourself. Then all of a sudden this devil comes along and says, take this microchip or this baby aspirin in your brain, and then all of a sudden you'll be able to think and act and interact like a human Google, man. You're gonna basically become a human calculator or a human Google, you know, so to speak. You're basically gonna become I don't know, a superhuman, if I can put it like that. But we know there's no such thing, because they tell you that what they don't tell you is all the cancers and all these diseases that the frequencies or the radio frequencies will have an effect on you, man. You know how the radio frequencies will affect you. You know, for lack of better word. So, also want to quickly to go to this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 28. This is a powerful chapter. If you have time, you might as well just read the whole thing, right? This is Ezekiel 28, and the first verse says, the word of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I am a power, right? And this is how this devil thinks, man. You know, they call it the God complex, right? This is how this devil thinks. He thinks that he's above everyone, man. He thinks that he's above the Most High, even that he is the Most High, right? And there is none other than him, right? That he can do a better job at the creation of humans if they believe in the creation of humans. Some of them believe that we evolved from monkeys, right? But they think they can do a better job than the Most High himself, man. They're trying to create superhumans, right? They're trying to create I don't know, man. They're using you as their lab rats, basically. You know. This is okay. Carrying on. It says, "And thou hast said, I am a God, and I sit in the seat of God, and in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, and not a God. Though thou hast set thine heart as a heart of God." Right, this is verse 3. It says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee." Right, and he is wiser than Daniel. He is very wise. The Most High has put the Spirit on him to, you know, Most High has given him the wisdom to split the atoms, to manipulate the elements, if I can say, right? Not manipulate, but then, you know what I mean. He has given Esau the technology to do as he pleases, man. But all that's gonna come to an end pretty soon, man. You know, when the Most High, when the Most High's only begotten Son, the Redeemer of Israel, comes back, man, this devil's gonna rue the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Right, and he also wants to be omnipresent, if I can say so, man. You know, with his microchips, with his the rice in the hand, you know. the baby aspirin in the forehead. He wants to be omnipresent. He wants to know everything that you're doing, everything that you're thinking, right? When you're taking a shower, when you're taking a dump, when you're eating, how much of it you're eating, who you're talking to, how long are you talking to them for, you know, where you're going, how much you travel. Then you're going to be punished for traveling more than they tell you to travel. This is verse 4. It says, Thy wisdom, and with thine wisdom and with thine understanding thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures, ultimately putting our people under captivity, right? This is verse 5. It says, By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic terrific haste thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, because thou hast set thine heart as a heart of God. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, these other nations, aka War of Armageddon, the War of all wars, World War III. Anyway, it says, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty and of thy wisdom, and they shall defy thy brightness. Ultimately, all these nations are going to turn their eyes to Babylon the Great, man. Right? They're going to have an evil eye against Babylon the Great, written in the book of Revelations, I think. Right? They're all going to come up against Babylon the Great, the whore, the great whore of Babylon. So, moving on. This is Isaiah chapter 5. I'm going to read verse 20. It says, Woe to them that call evil good and good evil. Right. So this devil is trying to make you think that implanting something in your mind is actually a good thing. According to the Most High, we're not supposed to have graven images in ourselves, man. According to the book of Leviticus, if I'm not mistaken, we're not supposed to be having cuttings on ourselves and graven images inside ourselves, nonetheless. So they're calling good evil in this case, and evil good. They're promoting this alphabet agenda, the LGBTQ XYZ123 agenda. They're calling that good, right? And to ultimately do away with your wife if she commits adultery, they're calling that evil. Like, come on, man. It says, I'm gonna start at the top again. It says, Woe unto them that call good evil, that call evil good and good evil, that puttest darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight, right? That do as thou will culture, which is actually a satanic culture, if I may add. Right, just wanted to do a quick lesson. I'm gonna start wrapping it up now. I got somewhere to be. Okay, and this is 2 Corinthians 2 and the 11th verse, which we all should be familiar with. And unless you're new in this truth, it says, Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. That's right, man. We are not ignorant of what this devil is planning to do. We are not ignorant of how he's planning to do it. The great deceits and the great temptations, if I may. And torture is a part of temptation, you know what I'm saying? This devil can be torturing your family, he can be torturing you to take the mark of the beast, to take that grain of rice in your hand, or that baby aspirin in your forehead. Famine is also a form of temptation. You know what the world says? It says how does it say go? It says hunger is a good driving force, or something along those lines, right? It says hunger is one of the best driving forces out there. It also says damn, I forgot to say. But anyway, man, we are not ignorant of what this devil is about to do, man. And Lord willing, we enjoy until the end, right? Lord willing, we as soldiers of the Most High remember our training, man, you know, so to speak. Because we are angels according to the Most High. We are messengers of His word, right? That's what the word angel means. It means messenger, right? We are messengers unto the Most High. We are soldiers unto the Most High, right? We are slaves and we're prisoners unto this word, man. We are prisoners of hope, right? As the Apostle Paul, I think it was Apostle Paul or Peter said we are, you know. So, this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And it is not lying, man. You know, it's blatantly obvious what the MOTP is. It's blatantly obvious what the image of the beast is, you know, the beast system. And not the image of, you know, Caesar Borgia, as you call him. You know, it's not the image of the beast is a beast system, you know, the NATO system and everything, you know, the one world order and everything. And then the mark of the beast is that grain of rice or that aspirin, that baby aspirin in your forehead, you know. So it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, and it's coming in real fast, man. It's coming in real quick, man. Just last year, they were introducing this thing to a monkey. And, you know, Elon Musk said, I don't know how true it is, but then he said human trials will begin in the near future. I think he said on June, which is the 6th month, according to them, right? So the verse 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up, which is not upright in him. Salahi, I'll read again. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. That's right, man. And that's how we're going to live. That's how we're going to carry our day-to-day lives, you know. Through the spirit of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. Lord willing, we enjoy until the end. Lord willing, you akhiyam and akhwathiyam out there, and your families and your loved one, and you elders out there, you know, elders of GMS who are preaching and who are leading the flock in, you know, in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, y'all endure until the end. And Yahweh Rataza. So this is verse 5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, which is other doctrines. He is a proud man, neither keepeth he at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and his death, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth up unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay, let's skip to verse 9, because, you know, this is verse 9. It says, woe unto them that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, and that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Ultimately, you know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI and the angel Michael, you know, and the host of angels are gonna gather them wherever they are, man. You know, this devil's gonna rule the day, man, I'm telling you. This is verse 10. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by the cutting of many people, by cutting off many people, you know, putting many Israelites to death, man. He has sinned against thy soul. This is verse 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, and that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that he may look at their nakedness. Right? And just to end off, man, quickly, I would want to get the book of Revelations 13, just to read that prophecy. We'll start at 14. And he deceiveth, this is Revelations 13, starting at 14 to 18. It says, and he deceiveth them that dwell in the earth by the means of these miracles, right? By the means of the miracles of making the disabled enabled, you know, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which they had wounded a sword by the sword, and did live. Right, skipping on into 16, and he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let he that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which is ultimately 666. And he says he causeth all. He causeth all, man. Something has to happen in order for it to be, mandatory. You know what I'm saying? Something has to be causing all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that mark, that grain of rice in their hand, their right hand or left hand, or that baby aspirin in their foreheads. This is Revelation 14:9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a great and loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same, there's no repenting from this, man. You can't be asking the Most High to forgive you and that you may repent for this. There's no repentance from taking the mark of the beast. That's why we say, Lord willing, we endure till the end, because there's no repenting from it. Once you take the mark of the beast, once you take the mark of the beast, it's done, man. There's no repenting from that. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is the Most High, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, and the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb, which is YAHAWAHSHI. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson, man. Ending off, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory. Kal halalyam la YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI BAHASHAM ROCHA. Yeah, man, Lord willing, you Israelites out there that are preaching and learning in sincerity and in truth, that you'll endure till the end, man. And may the Most High be with you, Kam Yasharallah. Shalom.